Thank you, Mr. Strzok. Mr. Strzok, I too, like my colleagues, were disappointed to read the text messages, knowing that you had a serious career and had done a lot of good work and the questions it would raise. But I also appreciate that you have come here today and have owned them and have apologized for them. But I want to focus on your work as an investigator in counterintelligence. In your experience, do counterintelligence investigations take longer when subjects to investigations tamper with other witnesses?
Yes.
In your experience as a counterintelligence investigator, do counterintelligence investigations take longer when subjects lie to investigators?
Frequently, yes.
And as a counterintelligence investigator, do intelligence investigations take longer when subjects or witnesses refuse to cooperate and you have to go through the subpoena process?
Yes.
You're here and you're not taking the fifth.
That's correct.
Did you consider taking the fifth?
No.
Why not?
I've done nothing wrong. Let me rephrase that. I am sorry. I am sorry for these texts and the way they've been used, for the harm and hurt they've caused my family, for the perception of people in the public, and I am sorry and deeply regretful for that. But when it comes, that's a personal acceptance of responsibility that I take and I need and am working to make right. But when it comes to official conduct, when it comes to any action which would violate a law or a crime, absolutely, I've never done that, and I have no need to take the fifth.
And Mr. Strzok, you watched as Director Comey testified a number of times under oath to Congress?
I have.
And to your knowledge, has President Trump, has he raised his right hand and gone under oath just as you and Director Comey have to special counsel or anyone else?
Only time I recall is when he was sworn in as president.
Were you the sole individual who closed the Hillary Clinton investigation?
No.
Were you the sole individual who opened the Russia investigation?
No.
On November 3rd, 2015, did you send an email to Michael Cohen and say that our boy can become president of the United States and we can engineer it? I will get Putin's team to buy in on this. Did you send that email?
No.
Did you set up a meeting on June 9th where the email setting up that meeting was sent to Donald Trump Jr., where Donald Trump Jr. was offered dirt on his father's opponent? Did you set up that June 9th meeting at Trump Tower?
Without stating whether or not that meeting happened, I did not set up a meeting.
Did you reply to the email setting up that meeting when dirt was offered and said, "I love it"?
I did not.
And in the summer of 2016, were you working as a speechwriter?
No.
So would you have happened to have written the speech for Donald Trump, the candidate, in the summer of 2016, where he told an audience, "Russia, if you're listening," and then went on to tell the Russians that if they hacked Hillary Clinton's emails, they'd be rewarded? Did you write that speech?
I did not.
Does any of the behavior that I just described concern you from a counterintelligence perspective?
Tremendously.
Why?
Because it indicates a set of standards and requests that, in my mind, one, encourage a foreign power to begin inserting themselves into our electoral process. It indicate a willingness or a desire to engage in a conversation and dialogue about how to do that. It potentially implicates a variety of laws. And without getting into what has or has not been done investigatively, simply I'm expressing that based on the open source reporting about those things.
Thank you. Yield back.